With Lamar, you want to bring safeties down to help stop the run because you don't really fear Lamar's arm, his accuracy all the time.
Sure.
He's got a huge arm. He can make things happen when he scrambles and whatever, but you don't fear him just sitting in the pocket and picking you apart.
Sure.
So you can bring safeties down because you do fear him running because he's different level runner.
Steeler Nation. So Big Ben has been getting a lot of heat over this take on the internet and on his podcast. Let's have one more listen to it, and then we're going to talk about this. This is crazy, man. By the way, it's all factual. It's all factual. Let's have a listen.
With Lamar, you want to bring safeties down to help stop the run because you don't really fear Lamar's arm, his accuracy all the time.
Sure.
He's got a huge arm. He can make things happen when he scrambles and whatever, but you don't fear him just sitting in the pocket and picking you apart.
Sure.
So you can bring safeties down because you do fear him running because he's different level runner.
So basically what Ben is saying is that Lamar can't throw deep and he's not a very good, accurate quarterback. And I believe that's true, right? He's getting a lot of flack on the internet. He's getting flack from RG3 for some reason. And I will go into RG3 stats in a minute. Getting flack from RG3, career passer rating in the pocket. Lamar is 97.9, sounds like a radio station. And Big Ben is 94.2, Big Ben radio. Career QBR in the pocket, Lamar is 64.9, and Big Ben is 63.4, right? To be honest, there's not even much difference. Lamar's only been playing in the league like 4 or 5 years. Big Ben played in the league for 18 years, right? A long time. And Big Ben's comments aren't even that bad. He's just critiquing Lamar's game, basically saying he's a good running quarterback, which he is. He's a good threat like that. He can run the ball. The Ravens' offense is built around that. They're built around blocking schemes with their tight ends. They're built around by using the fullback, using the running back, and also running the ball with Lamar. That's what they're built around. They're built around the short passing game. Now, when Lamar Jackson does go deep, he can be very inaccurate. So by RG3 doubling down and saying, career passer rating in the pocket, Lamar's better. Lamar's better at this. Overall, in a career sense, Big Ben has been to 3 Super Bowls, and Lamar Jackson has only ever won 1 playoff game. Lamar Jackson's stats, like if you want to go to stats, he in the playoffs is 1-3. He's 55% in the playoffs, 900 yards, 3 TDs, 5 interceptions. So that's crazy to me. So the internet and some of the media is freaking out. Mostly the NFL media is freaking out about this. I will, at the end of the video, show you another caption of a group of analysts, trying to call out Big Ben. Cancel Big Ben, right? Cancel Big Ben. And what he said was rah, 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 rah. Just don't get it. Big Ben just got an opinion on Lamar Jackson. He doesn't think he's that much of a threat throwing the ball down the field, but he does acknowledge that Lamar Jackson is a good running quarterback. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Now, going back to RG3, this bloke, RG3, can this guy even comment? I don't know why. You've got RG3, you got David Carr, you have Dan Orlovsky. These blokes talking about football when they've played football. I've never played football, but are they the right people to be on ESPN and on these big national media stages? RG3, mate, your career went down the gurgler. It went backwards. Your career was 1626, 12 where we have here 9,000 yards, 43 TDs, 30 interceptions. What did you really do? Honestly, what did you do? So I don't understand this, guys. I don't understand the overall not hate for Big Ben, but they're calling out Big Ben. He's having a podcast. I guess in this world of podcasts, you can't have an opinion. Your opinion, whatever you say, is going to get objectified straight away, right? Because the guys in the NFL media are like, what Big Ben said was wrong, but there's a lot of truth to it. There certainly is a lot of truth to it. Now, to me, I don't believe that Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback. I know he's a good quarterback, but the Steelers have his number. Now, to finish the video, guys, check this out. I'm going to react to another group of analysts that are calling out Big Ben to a certain degree. Check this out. Alrighty, Steeler Nation. So we have 4 experts here. And I'll be honest, I have no idea who they are. But later on in the video, we're going to hear Joy, the lady there. She's going to go off her rocker about the situation. So we're going to try and break this down. I'm going to interject every time I feel like I need to, speak up or say something because you know what? They reckon that Big Ben's throwing shade at Lamar Jackson. They're throwing enough shade back at Big Ben. So this stuff's crazy, man. Let's go and start the video.
Transition, speaking of Lamar Jackson, because there was a quote I heard earlier today, really a quote heard around the world from Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger, we know he's going to walk into the Hall of Fame in about 4 years now, but he said when breaking down.
That's factual. Big Ben will be in the Hall of Fame. So a lot of these comments from Big Ben, look, I think he's allowed to critique Lamar Jackson on the situation. He's been in the league for 18 years, over 64,000 yards in regular season, and over 400 TDs in regular season. Big Ben should be allowed to say these things or these comments without getting too much heat or flack back at him. So let's keep going.
The addition of Odell Beckham Jr. and how it could benefit Lamar, he actually didn't hold back. Dave, you got kind of emotional when this came up earlier in the pre-show meeting. You have any issue with Big Ben's comment?
It's insulting. It's incredibly insulting.
Why?
It's not that insulting, to be honest. It's just Big Ben voicing his opinion on what he sees about Lamar Jackson not being able to throw the football down the field, and he's a better runner as a QB than he's a thrower, and that's factual. Like Lamar Jackson is a fantastic runner of the football. He can throw short passes. He has his whole offense built around him in the run game. The Ravens can run the ball. It's not that insulting. Come on, man.
Why? Because thanks to my good friend Bill Barnwell, who does amazing work, I know Lamar Jackson has a better passer rating from inside the pocket than Ben Roethlisberger did. 97.9 versus 94.2.
So you don't like the messenger because he didn't say you fear him more than me or less than me. Like,
no,
what's that comp have to do with anything?
To say that it implies that Lamar Jackson cannot win as a passer. It's fine if you want to word it differently and say Lamar Jackson's dynamic ability as a runner has to be line one when you are figuring out how to defend him. That's fine. But to say that he can't hang back in the pocket and
so pretty much like they're really hung up on this idea around this graphic that RG3 made, which is, career passer rate in the pocket 97.9 Lamar and 94.2 Big Ben. But Big Ben has played in the league a lot longer, almost 14, 15 years longer than Lamar Jackson. Therefore, the stats would be skewed. And the numbers aren't even that different, really. They're pretty much the same. What's like 2.6 for the first one and 0.5 for the next one. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Pick you apart is blatantly untrue. The stats are the stats. And I bring it up because a guy that wasn't as good at it as Lamar has been is saying that he can't do it. I can pull up 24 clips of Lamar Jackson making great plays from the pocket. Is he the best?
I could pull up 24 clips of Lamar Jackson throwing to no one and throwing the ball inaccurate as well. We could both do that. That's not a logical argument.
In the league at it? Probably not. But to suggest that he can't do it, I think it's insulting to a guy that's been a unanimous MVP. And I don't think that's controversial.
Joy, clearly you seem irritated.
I'm just...
This is where, I don't know who Joy is. She's probably a lovely lady. But this is where Joy just absolutely goes off. Absolutely off.
I'm going to try really hard not to curse. I'm really tired of this conversation around Lamar Jackson. Can we please, I'm begging you, not even on behalf of Lamar Jackson, just like as a people, let's come together and let's throw these takes in the bonfire and cleanse ourselves of this stupid conversation.
It's not that stupid. When Lamar Jackson starts winning playoff games and does start throwing the deep ball better, yes, he has a lot of wins as a regular, quarterback. He's 45-16. That's fantastic. I give you props, Lamar, for that. 45-16. That's great, right? But his playoff record is 1-3. So there's nothing wrong with Big Ben's take. For some reason, Big Ben's take going all around the world now on the internet is, getting, I guess, hated upon. It's controversial. But realistically, it's not. It's not that controversial at all. All he's saying is that Lamar Jackson doesn't have the best arm to throw deep and isn't that accurate, right? And they bring in these stats saying, but the stats are only from 5 years. Lamar Jackson's only played 5 years in the league. So yeah, this Joy lady, she starts to tee off, but a lot of her stuff doesn't make any sense. Let's keep going. I missed her. Sorry. I put her on mute, but I missed her. Let's go back.
Fire and cleanse ourselves of this stupid conversation. What the hell do you want? What do you want? It's like asking a woman what she wants to eat for dinner. What do you want? And I don't know. I don't have the answer for this. What do you want? We want mobile quarterbacks, right? Like, you can't draft a pocket passer anymore. You can't do it. If a guy is in the draft and he is a statue in the pocket, he will drop in the draft. It will be a negative thing. Correct.
Yes.
Draft guy, negative. But
make those reads.
But if he runs and he's elite at it, then he can't throw.
See, I would disagree. Have you heard of Patrick Mahomes? He can pretty much do it all. Patrick Mahomes is the guy out there right now, probably the best quarterback in football. He can run, he can pass, he can do everything. What Ben is saying is Lamar Jackson's a really good runner of the football, but can't throw deep. And what the defense should be doing is bringing safeties down the box and forcing him to throw deep. It's not a bad take. Not a bad take at all, right? You want to pinpoint your opponent's weakness. The Ravens' weakness right now is throwing the football deep. That's 100% true. And on the other side, their strength is running the ball. They're a running team. Their whole offense is built around running the football and short passing game. There's nothing wrong with this take. This is crazy. Come on.
If the numbers say something different.
There's a lot of them on those cards.
The reason that this frustrates me, Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer.
That's the only thing she says, I think, that I agree with. Big Ben is a Hall of Famer, so he deserves some respect to have this take. Where's the respect going on Big Ben's side?
We would not classify him as a runner, certainly not in the back half of his career, correct? He is.
No, but when he was in his start of his career, from 04 to around 2010, Big Ben could escape the pocket, could throw on the run, could play action. He was running everywhere, and people couldn't tackle him. The defenders couldn't tackle him. He wouldn't run down the field for 40, 60 yards, but he definitely could run around the pocket. He could throw in the pocket. He could throw outside the pocket too.
He's a Hall of Famer for throwing the ball. And Lamar Jackson has what? One more time for the people. Dave, please, the numbers.
A better passer rating from the pocket, 97.9 versus 94.2.
I need answers. Can we please just throw it in the bonfire together? Just drop them in. Let the smoke rise.
For some reason, these analysts love that stat. I don't know why. They don't take into comparison that Big Ben has been playing for 18 years and Lamar Jackson only 5, right? They love that stat. These two stats right here from RG3 will circle the internet until this argument is over, probably next week, right? These things are really hot takes. It'll be on fire for 2 or 3 days, and then we'll all forget about it. But that's what they're standing on this hill, that Lamar Jackson has a better passer rating in the pocket and QBR in the pocket than Big Ben. But the body of work shows that Big Ben has been in the league a lot longer and has been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won 2, and he has countless Pro Bowls and countless TDs, right? So you can't really compare those two stats, but they will continually go back to these stats and say Lamar is the better quarterback than Big Ben, which is actually false. We all know that Big Ben is the better quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Please, Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback.
No, he's not. He is not an elite quarterback. He's a maybe good quarterback. Yes, he can win games. Can't win the playoffs, though. He's a good quarterback. I wouldn't say an elite quarterback.
He is the best running quarterback we've ever seen in the history of the sport.
Again, wrong. The best running quarterback in the history of the sport being in the NFL, in my opinion, I'd have to say Michael Vick. Michael Vick was an outstanding quarterback, could throw the football deep, with the Falcons, with the Eagles, could do that. If you guys ever remember that throw from, I think it was Michael Vick to Deshaun Jackson, fantastic. First play of the game as an Eagle, goes 75 yards. Deep ball was great to see. And he could run the football. And he could also run play action. Michael Vick was a good quarterback, one of the most explosive quarterbacks for his time back in 2004. he's on the cover of Madden. So Lamar Jackson isn't the best, I guess, running quarterback. No way. I think Michael Vick would have something to say about that.
And he can also throw the ball. If your issue is, well, he runs first, you have to set up the defense to compensate for his running. Well, yeah, of course you do. So that inflates his passing numbers only if he can pass the ball. If he can't pass the ball, then it doesn't matter. Then he's just a guy that just runs. Who does that? We have an example of this in the NFL right now. Great runner. Justin Fields cannot pass the ball, but he can run.
And isn't this calling the kettle black? And look, don't cancel me, internet. That's a saying. I'm allowed to say that, right? Calling the kettle black. Big Ben's getting some heat because he's calling out Lamar Jackson, right? And she's pretty much saying the same thing by calling out Justin Fields. What's next? Does someone come onto the podcast and then defend Justin Fields? I don't know. So that to me is calling the kettle black. You're upset because Big Ben is calling out Lamar Jackson, and then to reference that point, you call out Justin Fields and say that he can't throw the football. Let's go back a little bit and listen to that. That to me makes no sense.
Pass the ball. If he can't pass the ball, then it doesn't matter. Then he's just a guy that just runs. Who does that? We have an example of this in the NFL right now. Great runner. Justin Fields cannot pass the ball, but
So Big Ben calls out Lamar Jackson, right? I stick up for Big Ben. You guys call out Big Ben and then do the exact same thing by calling out Justin Fields saying he can't pass the ball. When does it stop?
he can run.
That's true.
He can run. Please stop it. It's driving me insane. I can't.
I didn't
I'm
say
begging
this, Troy. Just for the record.
Please. Like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to me. The messenger is not the problem. It's that people view Ben Roethlisberger as a pocket passer, as someone who could put dimes anywhere.
Big Ben was a pocket passer, but Big Ben could also run around, like I said previously 1 minute ago. He could run around. He could find Heath, find Hines, find San Antonio Holmes, Wallace, you name it, AB. Big Ben was an all-round quarterback. He could pretty much, he couldn't run down the field, but he could do a lot of things. He could escape the pocket. Back in the day when he was a rookie, in his first 5 years, he would be running around holding the football for 5 7 seconds, trying to find a man downfield. So this argument from this panel, to me, makes no sense.
On the field, a huge man who didn't go down even if defenders were pulling on him.
I was going to say, the thing that
had better receivers, by the way.
Anyways, that's my video for today. The Big Ben Heat conversation, it's just, you can't have an opinion now. I guess Big Ben can't have an opinion about what he thinks of Lamar Jackson, even though that Big Ben had a 18-year Hall of Fame career. In 4 years' time, he'll be walking into Canton, and all of Steeler Nation will be there to celebrate 2 Super Bowls. Like I said, 64,000 yards, 418 TDs, right? In the playoffs, he was 13-10, 6,000 yards, 28-20, 36 TDs, right? He can't have that. You can't say that Lamar Jackson isn't a great quarterback, or it wasn't even that bad of a take, right? To end the video, I'll play it one more time. It wasn't even that bad of a take, guys. Listen one more time.
With Lamar, you want to bring safeties down to help stop the run, because you don't really fear Lamar's arm, his accuracy all the time. Sure, he's got a huge arm; he can make things happen when he scrambles and whatever. But you don't fear him just sitting in the pocket and picking you apart. Sure. So you can bring safeties down because you do fear him running, because he's different level runner.
The internet is weak sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that take. He's just saying that defense will come down the box and force him to pass, and they'll try and stop the run. And he did go on to say near the end and said that Lamar Jackson is next level quarterback. Anyways, I think the whole thing is stupid. There is no controversy. So go ahead, cancel Big Ben, cancel me. You can't have an opinion about this stuff. Cancel Big Ben, man. It makes no sense. Thanks, guys, for checking out Steelers Nation Australia. That was a fun one to do. I always will back Big Ben. He was such an outstanding quarterback for our franchise. 2 Super Bowls, went to 3. And he was at the quarterback position for 18 years. So he should be allowed to have this take on Lamar Jackson. He should be allowed to have this take on anyone. He's a future Hall of Fame quarterback. He's done it all. He's done it all. All right, guys. I'll see you later.